Hey everyone, it is Meg from the Teacher Studio here, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on my January activity bundle. It has been updated for 2026 like I do every year, so I just wanted to scroll through and show you exactly what you get to remind you that if you already own it, you should go re-download it with the updates, and if it is new to you, so you can see what you get. Really, it is a perfect resource for that first week or two back at school because it is low prep, ready to use, but it is still working on some important skills, so it isn't just fluff or busy work. All right, so let's take a quick little peek at what you get. I'll go real fast. Here you'll notice this page gives you digital access. So all you have to do is click for the digital slide. So you can do these either print or digital. Perfect, right? On the table of contents, you will see all 8 activities clearly listed and where you will find them. I will walk through each one very, very quickly with you. This is one of my students' favorites because they get to spend money. This is a New Year party problem where they are given a budget and an entire list of what they can spend their money on. So you can see they have plenty of workspace over here. And then on the next page, there's even a little bit more where they can show their final plan. Let me just show you that. Here's where they actually fill out the grid showing what they buy. It's a great open-ended task because there is no one correct way to do it. Students can pick and choose what they like. There's a ton of estimating, adding, subtracting. Students have fun. They can work alone, they can work collaboratively, and it's a great getting back into the swing of math activity for the new year. Okay, this is actually the first activity I would typically do with my students after we come back from the new year or from their break, and we've done some sharing about our time away and welcome each other back and that kind of thing. And this is simply a how many ways can they get to 2026. I love this task because it's inherently differentiated. Some students might only add, some might add and subtract, others might use decimals and fractions. So I give them a set amount of time to work on their own where they are writing equations to get a total of 2026. You can also have them work in partners or small groups, but after a certain point, I try to encourage them to get creative and try to think of equations that no one else will think of. After a while, I have them do a gallery walk and just kind of see how other students have done it, and it does start to push their thinking a little bit. You could even make a class chart where you put each student's favorite one or the one that they thought was the most innovative. You could write the numbers 2026 in the middle of it and post it. There's a lot of options with this one, but it's a great way to kind of get back into the swing of math. Okay, here's another great one for one of those first days where students are doing some word work. Again, you can have students work alone or collaboratively. I often like to have students work alone for a few minutes to kind of make sense of the task and then have them work together. So they're just using all the letters from the words welcome to the new year to try to generate lists of other words that are 2-letter words, 3-letter words, 4-letter words, and 5 or more letter words. And again, because it's so open-ended, students of all abilities can use this task. As I'm walking around, I'm doing things like if I notice that they have made a new word, like maybe some students see the 3-letter word ear. I ask, well, can you use ear and build any new words? And the students might not realize, oh, I could make near or here or tier. So it's kind of a great way to get them back into the swing of thinking about language. So this one also is a lot of fun, and it's one that they could keep in their desk and keep working on in their free time if they're fast finishers to see how many more words they could come up with. So again, a nice, fun, low pressure way, but certainly not busy work at all. The next activity is a fun division fact math game, and all you need to do is print the game boards and the cards, and you just need one die. It is just simply division facts. The math directions are printed right on the board, so I'm not going to get into a lot of directions, but students do love to play this game. And again, it's just got the words Happy New Year, and it's a game I leave out for most of January, and students, we can use it at centers. Students can do it if they're fast finishers. And it is, again, all about practicing division fact fluency. All right, the next activity is 2 different writing prompts. After students have been gone from school for a while, you know, especially reluctant writers who get out of the habit of writing might be a little resistant to writing. So I have 2 different prompts. You can either assign one, or you could have them choose. You could have them work alone. You could have them work collaboratively, but it might be a fun way to kind of just get them back in the swing of picking up that pencil and writing again. So they have choices that they can work on, whether it's about talking about their time away from school or talking about what their hopes are for the new year. And again, it will be a way to kind of help you judge a little bit about where their minds are about not just the topics, but where they are with their writing and their willingness to pick up their pencil and work. So there are some nice writing prompts for you to see where they are with their writing coming back in 2026. Okay, nothing says the new year like setting goals or resolutions. So of course I have to include an activity for goal setting. And one thing we often forget to talk to students about is it's one thing to set goals, but we need to also have a plan. So this goal sheet also talks about not just setting a goal, but what are they going to do and how will they know they're improving. So if you are interested in goal setting with your students, here you go. If you're ready for a little bit more math, either as something you want to do with your whole class or have available for fast finishers, here are some great winter math problems that you can have set out. Just fun topics about snow and January and snowmen and so on. It's just all set, ready for you to print and use however you wish. And finally is this page. This can be used a lot of different ways. I like to use this as another way of kind of setting goals and thinking ahead. My students would decorate the 2026, and then we filled the whole outside area with words and little pictures of what they were looking forward to in the new year. So they might have things like small academic goals like reading more or getting organized, but they could also put things like, you know, baseball season and things like that. So just a way for them to draw little pictures and write phrases to help them kind of get excited and to look ahead. These also make a great bulletin board if you hang these up, and kind of you can refer back to those. So anyway, I hope these activities are easy for you to implement, but also provide you with some really good, meaningful instruction activities that you can use for those first weeks of January. And again, they get updated every year, so there's no need to buy it more than once. So welcome back, and I hope you have a great year.